Matt? You've been in there a long time. Are you okay? It's time to board.
Oh, sorry, Jan. I'll be out in a minute.
Hurry up! Matt? Since we arrived at Mexico Airport, you ran to the toilet again. Are you ill or something?
No. It was the ice cream I ate on the plane. It upset my stomach. I'll only be another 10 minutes or so. Just wait a minute, please.
Okay, I'll be here. Matt? Are you sure you're okay? You rushed to the toilet again when we were about to leave the hotel. And last night you seemed uneasy. Are you sure you're not sick?
To be honest, I'm a bit off. Yesterday was the first time I'd been on a plane for ages, and not to mention that we're abroad. I guess I'm a little more nervous than I thought I'd be. You studied abroad and can speak Spanish, so it must be easy for you. I was born and raised in Kansas, and I've never been abroad, so please don't expect me to be as chill as you are.
I don't expect you to be at my level or anything. You're the one that said that going abroad was fine because I can translate for you. Anyway, that doesn't matter now. How long will you be this time?
About 1 hour. Please wait for me.
What? 1 hour?
I need to call home and let them know that I arrived.
I already told them for you.
Yeah, I know. But I remember that they asked me to get in touch, too.
Really?
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking earlier. Anyway. My mom loves to talk for ages on the phone, so I think it'll be about 1 hour before she lets me go.
Rachel really doesn't let anyone go once you start a call with her. She just goes on and on.
I think after I call her once, she won't bother us for the rest of our honeymoon. So, do you mind if I call her?
I guess. I'll be in the hotel cafe. Let me know when you finish the call.
Okay. Sorry about this.
What the heck, Matt? It's been 2 hours already! I know that Rachel likes to talk for a long time, but 1 hour was more than enough. We have to go to the next place. You do realize that our day of sightseeing will be ruined if we don't leave soon?
I'm so sorry. I forgot to call you.
What happened?
Mom was rushed to hospital.
What?
Please go on with the rest of the honeymoon without me. Have a good time.
Wait! You have to explain a bit more than that. You called Rachel earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. When we were talking, she seemed to come down with something. There was a loud noise for a while from her end, and I waited to find out what it was. That's when I heard the ambulance sirens.
Ambulance?
Dad got on the phone when he realized I was still on the other end. He explained the situation to me.
I hope she's all right. If that's happened, then I think I should go back with you.
You don't have to.
Why wouldn't I?
It's a huge waste of money if we both miss out on the honeymoon. You should go on with all the activities just as planned.
The money doesn't matter though, does it?
I'm sorry. I've messed up. I'm already boarding the airplane for home, but I only paid for my flight.
What?
I only did it because I got a good deal on the ticket. So please, have a good time on the rest of the holiday.
Wait! I can't just have a honeymoon without my husband. That's not how it works.
You'll be fine by yourself. You went to study abroad alone.
That's not the problem.
Well, I'm off.
I can totally understand being worried about Rachel, but leaving your wife by herself in a different country and flying home is a different story. What do you think you're doing? And it's not like I'm not worried about Rachel either.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time to listen to your complaints at the moment. I'm going to switch my phone off now.
Wait! Matt!
Jen! Where are you now?
What? Rachel?
I'm at Mexico City Airport at the moment.
Really? How?
This airport is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but...
I decided I'd also pop over.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry I didn't let you know. I thought you wouldn't mind if I joined your honeymoon, so I followed you here.
I don't... But... I don't know what to...
What's wrong? Are you okay? You're more surprised than I expected you to be.
Well... You were calling Matt for a couple of hours earlier, weren't you?
What? No! Recently, I've been trying to avoid bothering people so much with long phone calls. You're the one that told me some people might get annoyed by such long calls in the era of text messages. I'm being careful because of that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. That said, though, well... Matt told me that you were taken to the hospital in an ambulance when he was on the phone with you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Is this one of those memes that you kids like these days? Until just now, I was on the airplane. I only just arrived here in Mexico.
Is that so?
I don't mean to be rude, but won't you come and meet me at the airport? Actually, don't worry. I should be able to find the hotel by myself. I won't get in the way of your evenings. They're precious on a honeymoon. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, but I have a list of things the size of a mountain that I need to sort out.
Really?
Matt went back to Kansas by himself.
What? Why?
That's what I was talking about earlier. He told me that you had an accident when he was on the phone with you, and you were rushed off in an ambulance.
What was he on about? All I told him to do was message me when you arrived in Mexico.
Really?
What is he doing?
Anyway, I'll come and pick you up now. Please lend me an ear. I'm so confused.
Of course. We've clearly got some things to clear up. Jen, how's it over there?
Oh, hey, Matt.
The single girl honeymoon must be fun, right?
Yeah. Even if you did leave me alone.
Why do you have to talk to me like that? Is something still up? I couldn't help going home. My mom was rushed to hospital.
And how is Rachel now?
Oh yeah, well, it wasn't a big deal. It seems like she collapsed due to her anemia. She's been as active as ever since she got home.
Is that right?
Yeah. It seems like everything was exaggerated a bit. I gave her a right earful about having to leave the honeymoon early. She's by my side now, mulling over what happened.
I don't know how that's possible. Rachel is here with me.
What?
She's not a twin, is she? So how can she be here and there? It seems a bit fishy, doesn't it?
Whoa, wait. What do you mean she's with you? That's totally impossible.
Well, yeah. I guess it wouldn't be normally. She wanted to come with us on our honeymoon, so bought a ticket and is here now.
I don't understand.
Of course, she knew it's not normal for a parent to go on their kid's honeymoon, but she really wanted to come. She teared up when she was explaining it to me. She said sorry for coming so many times. But to be honest, I love Rachel, so I don't care. She's as adorable as ever.
No, she's not being adorable. You two were fighting before, weren't you?
No, I love her.
What? But she's always complaining to you.
They aren't complaints. She was giving me advice.
Advice?
Did you know she grew up really well off? You must. She is your mom, after all. And I'm not from the same background. But Rachel is helping me understand her world because sometimes I make blunders with etiquette. There are things that surprise me. So I told her that I wanted her to teach me about the world, from one woman to another.
What?
Rachel agreed to help me. If I mess up, she listens to me and tells me how to do it properly.
Are you telling me that you and my mom are good friends?
Yeah, of course. We get on really well. So, I think that this lie about her being rushed off in an ambulance has gone on long enough, don't you think?
Well,
why don't we start talking about the truth of what really happened?
the truth?
Where are you?
Uh,
I asked Steve if you were at home, just to check, and he said there's been no sign of you. So, where on earth are you? And what are you doing?
well,
Don't be shy. I've already done a bit of research.
Really?
You really did go back to Kansas, didn't you? The person you're with now is that new woman in your office. Katie Mackenzie, 23 years old.
What?
Katie kept on telling you that going abroad was scary and that staying in America would be better. She made you decide which of us is more important to you, didn't she? You ended up coming on the holiday because you didn't know what to do. You thought that Rachel and I don't get on, so you lied about her having an accident so you could go home alone as you'd planned. You met Katie at the airport when you got back to carry on your affair. Now you're living it up on a secret getaway to Miami with her. So all of those times you complained about needing the toilet when we were together, you were really just staying in contact with Katie.
That's a lie. Why do you think that?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. There are detectives in my family. And I worked as an investigator before we got married.
Oh my god.
But there was the problem of me being in Mexico. I asked my dad if he could help out, and he got one of his investigator friends to do a bit of research for me. They looked into what you'd been up to and where, and managed to find you'd been meeting Katie for you-know-what all this time.
I don't believe it.
They're pros! But to be honest, it wasn't that hard considering Katie posts a lot of pictures on social media. She doesn't seem so bothered about being part of the affair.
Damn it.
And with that, I'm back!
What do you mean?
I came home a day early. The locksmith that Steve uses said he'd be able to come round first thing in the morning. Once he's changed the locks, you won't be able to get back in the house.
You're kidding, right?
Matt!
Mom?
You little... Just as you managed to find and marry such a wonderful girl as Jen, you choose to go off and... Do you have no shame?
Well, Mom. Don't worry. Katie is also a great woman.
How dare you! Jen is the best!
Well, I think you'll like Katie as well.
I don't want to hear anything about you not wanting to be with Jen.
Mom?
I've made up my mind about this quite firmly. You remember your inheritance? The $3 million your father and I have managed to save. Well, when we pass, it's going to Jen.
What?
I went to an inheritance lawyer and I'm getting my will changed.
Mom, how could you do this? You said that you'd give us that money to build the house of our dreams.
I'm disowning you. From now on, you aren't welcome in my house.
You can't be serious.
And with that, Matt was disowned by Steve and Rachel. Rumors about Katie and Matt's relationship were getting around. I guess he was just optimistic nothing bad would happen to him. After that, Steve and Rachel took my side straight away with the divorce. Even though we were only going out for a year, there was still a proper divorce settlement. And because he'd been unfaithful, I was paid a little more than what would be typical. Matt and Katie got in a huge amount of trouble for what happened, and they were both fired. It seems that they've both found it hard to find jobs now, and they're struggling to put food on the table. And do you know how I found all this out? Through Rachel, who I often go to lunch dates with. I'm hoping that I can stay friends with that lovely woman forever.
Hey, has Dad died yet? This again? If you really care, then come to the hospital. All of our relatives are here. Everyone is praying that he won't die. Praying he won't die. As if he hasn't already been suffering all this time at the hospital. He's probably praying to die a peaceful death right around now. And I hope he gets his wish. Even if that's the case, then why aren't you at his deathbed? Oh, because all you can think about is the inheritance you'll get after he dies. What the hell is with your attitude towards me lately? I don't need to take this from the bum who lives in the basement. That was 2 years ago. I have a full-time job now. I live in New York. What are you acting so smug about? Having a full-time job is the bare minimum for being an adult. Ah, you're so uncool. It's so funny that you think you can criticize me when you're a loser with no life. So you have time to insult me, but don't have time to come visit Dad. I'm just dealing with you now that I have a little time on my hands. Unlike the people that have all the time in the world, I have no time to care of a dying old fart. You've got to be joking. Try saying that to his face. You can't, can you? Because you're scared of him. What? I'm not scared. Then come. Call him a dying old fart to his face. You're not scared, right? So say it to his face instead of behind his back. Shut up. I told you I'm busy. I get it. You've been scared of him for a long time. He was so strict. When he was in the house, there was no way you could rebel. He got mad at you a lot. That had to be scary. I said I'm not scared. Quit talking about the past. Even though he's wasting away, getting thinner and thinner with his illness, he still has that stern look in his eyes. He doesn't even let us take care of him. He doesn't even smile, even though all his relatives have come to visit him. He's really stubborn. It's no wonder you're afraid of him, then. How long do you intend to keep this up? I said it already. I'm not scared of the likes of him. Whatever. Unfortunately for you, Dad is still alive. Call me back in a day. God, he's one tough old geezer. You're not going to hog his inheritance all for yourself, you hear me? Inheritance this, inheritance that. How are you not ashamed to say that? He raised you all these years. Yeah, spare me the lecture. You're suffocating. Both of you. It's always been depressing. Once I've gotten my share, you can all rot for all I care. I can't wait for him to die. You're just rotten. You're beyond saving. Well, go ahead then. Be lame and talk behind his back. See ya.
Eli, where are you?
Sorry, I got a call from Zach, so I went outside for a minute.
Zach? What did he say?
He said we can all rot as soon as he gets his inheritance money. He said he's looking forward to Dad's death.
Ah, that again. When on earth did he ever become like this? I'm not even angry anymore. It's just sad.
Well, I was just going to ask you about that. Are we really going to give him part of the inheritance?
That's the thing. Your father doesn't actually have any inheritance.
What?
Look, he's a bit eccentric, stubborn. He knew his time was coming, so he bought a car that he had been wanting for some time. He spent most of his inheritance on that.
I didn't know that.
He can't drive when he's sick, but even so, he finally got his wish. Of course, that car and the house he leaves behind will go to us, but...
Last year, he bought a sports car, too. I heard he got it at a decent discount.
That thing looks nice, but I heard it's junk. The insides are broken. It seems like he bought it thinking he could try to take it apart and make some money.
Ah, it's no wonder he never tried to drive it. Well, I guess we'll have to deal with it then. What a pain.
Other than that, we've got a warehouse full of bulky furniture and other things that are basically junk. You know how he was. He had to try his hand at everything.
That's a nice way to say he got bored of everything quickly. Anyway, when Zach finds out there's no inheritance, he's going to throw a fit.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Zach isn't your son. I think even your father was fed up with him, and so he didn't leave him anything.
You might be onto something there.
But anyway, about your father. You've been weighing on his mind for a long time. Even though you work in New York, you came back so often to see us and see how we were doing. Your father was able to see that, and he feels a lot of gratitude towards you.
Wait, really? That surprises me. I left high school, got a job, and failed at it. And then I was unemployed for a while. I thought he was disappointed in me because of that.
He did scold you pretty thoroughly back then, didn't he?
Yeah, that was rough.
I thought it was too much, even back then. You have no idea how many times I told him to take it easy on you. But he wouldn't hear it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. To be honest, that really lit a fire under me. It was tough, true, but it was better than being idle and jobless.
Your father seemed happy every time you returned, too, from that point on. He probably won't say it to you directly, but he certainly did love you.
Huh. He's on the verge of death. I wish he would just let me know. Sorry, I've calmed down a bit, so I'll come back now. How is Dad?
He's resting now. They're saying he's going to pass tonight.
I see. Hey, I heard he finally kicked it. Are you guys discussing the inheritance? I'm coming too, so wait for me. What? Don't give me that. I'm on my way now, so make sure you have my share ready. Got it. Tell our other relatives too. I won't allow anyone to pull any tricks. You know, you've become very sure of yourself the moment that Dad died. If you were going to come in person, you should have come when Dad was still alive. I was busy until yesterday. I'm just now getting some free time, so I'm heading over there. That's all. You were really that afraid of Dad? How pathetic. Shut up. Dad's already dead. The one you should be looking up to now is me, the eldest son. Now shut up and do as I say. Well, you ought to know there is no inheritance. Huh? Before he died, Dad used up his fortune. All he left us is a warehouse full of lots of junk. Wait, what about money? There is none. We didn't find a will either. There is no inheritance, so give it up. Wait a second, that can't be right. You're just saying this to keep me out of the inheritance, aren't you? If you think I'm lying, you can check for yourself. I was going to anyway. I don't need your permission. Are you at the house right now? I'm almost there, so you better wait for me. Don't come back. Everyone tried to be civil, but we all wanted to punch you in the face. So you say, but you don't have the guts to punch me. Damn it. There's really no inheritance. You scumbag. Don't show your face here again. The whole family is breaking off ties with you. You're not family anymore, so get lost. If there's no inheritance, then it's not like I need any of you. You're wasting my time. If there's nothing for me, then you should have said that earlier. What the hell is your problem? Wait. It looks like there are 2 cars in the back. Were those Dad's? Yeah, they were Dad's. I thought so. Nice. Well then, they're ours now. And I'll be taking one, thank you very much. What? No, wait! The fact that you're panicking just shows they're expensive. Dad only left us 2 cars. I'll take the new fancy one. That shabby one over there should be enough for a bum like you. Really? Thank you so much. By all means, take that one. I don't drive in New York anyway, so I don't need it. Just don't drive it home, okay? It needs servicing. Nah, even just looking at it you can tell it's new. It doesn't need any servicing. I found the key and I'm going to drive it back. Wait, really? Someone will be here soon to fix it. I came all the way here. There's no way I'm leaving empty-handed. Don't worry. Even if some small problems come up, it'll be fine. Stop! You so? Damn. What kind of car has the brakes stopped working while you're driving it? A car that didn't pass inspection and was due to be serviced. I heard he bought it cheap and was planning to take it apart and sell it for scrap. You should have told me that earlier. That's why I tried to stop you. But you're the one who was so focused on the money that you ignored what I was saying. So, how are your injuries? They said I'll be all healed in 2 months. My leg hurts like crazy. But it's the damages I owe that are really bad. What? You ran into a wall, didn't you? A wall, or rather, the outer wall to a building. The police were called, so it was okay, but the people inside were, scary? Yeah. It's not like they were gangsters or anything. But they told me I'd be charged a good amount for it. What am I supposed to do? No idea. It's your responsibility, so deal with it yourself. Hold on. The car wasn't insured either, so I have to pay the full amount. And then I have to pay the hospital expenses. Come on, help me out. What happened to the spirit you had before? You're the eldest son, right? The one to look up to? Now suddenly you're demanding help from your younger brother? Ugh, shut up! Admit it, you're a loser. You were too scared of Dad and couldn't talk to him face to face. And when something happens, you immediately turn to others like a coward. I wasn't scared of Dad. Enough, just admit it. I wasn't. A coward like you shouldn't get to call himself the eldest son. You're a joke. From now on, your life is probably gonna be hell. But I guess I might as well be honest with you anyway. Ready? What is it? You remember the shabby car that you left behind? Turns out it's a classic. It's a luxury car, worth around 600K. Huh. Despite being so sick that he couldn't even drive, all Dad wanted at the end of his life was to buy his dream car. There was a letter on the seat. A letter of thanks to me and Mom. The car itself was our inheritance. Seriously? He took the garbage when the 600K was right there. It's too bad. You were blinded by greed and therefore chose based on appearances. Wait, no. So what about my share of the inheritance? You think you're getting anything? But I'm his son! You could at least share a little with me. If you have a problem with it, come in person. Let's talk about it. Of course, you're not family anymore as far as we're concerned. But I promise everyone will treat you the same as they treat any other stranger who comes here trying to take money from us. Come on. No, really, come on over. You have a complaint, right? Come and tell us. It's okay if you want to wait until your leg is better, though. Then come and complain. Show us you're not a coward, scumbag. No. Look, I'm sorry. So, are you saying you have no complaints? Yeah. I have no complaints. Naturally. I'm not going to help you, and I'm not going to visit you. That's just as well, right? I mean, since you might be hoping for a peaceful death right around now. After that, Zach didn't contact me. He quietly sunk into despair. The building he ran into was the office building of a certain company. And although the company is definitely not some crime organization or anything like that, they seem to be a company with people who have a certain energy. They dressed him down considerably and are prosecuting under the full extent of the law. He seems to have lost all his willpower. Even at the best of times, he was a coward, capable only of putting on a false show of bravery. It doesn't seem like he has the strength to stand up to anyone anymore. I suppose he's been discharged from the hospital and is returning to everyday life right about now, with his injuries healed. But head over heels in debt. I wonder how in the world he's getting along now.